What's going on, world? It's the KayFabeyBaby NRW Ring Generals Podcast. Another week of wrestling pay-per-views has finished up. Forbidden Doors 2024 is closed, and we're going to now talk the results after our picks from last week. Joining me to talk all about that are the NRW Trios champions, my Trios champions here. First up, I got Webster Style. Does he got the bow tie? He's got the bow tie. I'm like, okay. He got the bow tie. Sometimes he rocks a tie, but his signature move is the bow tie. So he's got that. He's rocking that. And what we'll also talk about is he's fresh off his birthday weekend. Happy belated birthday again, by the way, Webster Style. He was at TNT, a TNT event. I forgot what pay-per-view that was, Webster Style.
No, just Impact taping.
It was an Impact taping. He was out there checking it out. So we'll catch up on that. Actually, let's start with that in a second, and then we'll get into the Forbidden Door. But also, we have to have the man with the fantasies, if you will, Mr. Sean Mongo. How are you, sir?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Everything's going good.
Everything's going good, man. It's good to see y'all. Talk some wrestling. Yep. We got a jam-packed. We're gonna actually have 2 episodes this week, y'all, because we also have Money in the Bank as well as Heat Wave. We're gonna put that all together. But we're gonna do 2 episodes this week. First off, we're gonna obviously, like I said, as you see the background, what happened with Forbidden Door. We opened it up. Some things happened, and we also have Impact. So let's just throw that in there because you are resident Impact TNA guy, Webster Style. How was your birthday weekend? How was the show? I saw the Juggernaut pick, man, but you didn't let me know about the merch, though. I'm still upset about the merch.
Let me tell you, man. Well, I got in like just before they opened up. Like I was telling before we started, I ended up having logistical housing nightmares like my first night, so I didn't even make the first night. So I actually got there on Saturday, which was my birthday, got right in a few minutes before the show started to get my seat. So I didn't get a chance to see the merch table. I was like just trying to get in because I knew they was going to start about 6:30 or so. And let me tell you, from beginning to end, total nonstop action. That's the best way. Man, it was an amazing show. Straight up an amazing show. And you guys are gonna see me a lot when the tapings come out because I was right behind the announcer's desk.
Oh, yeah, man. So, you sent some pictures. I was like, damn, he
had money seats,
grade A seats, dog.
Let me tell you,
great.
The combo for those seats for both nights was less than double what we would have paid for 2 tickets at AEW.
Yeah,
not bad.
So it was great. TNA put on a great show. It was really great wrestling. The NXT showed up with
Florida Catch Club.
Catch Crew. Yeah, they showed up against the Rascals and Kushida, and I've never seen Kushida not put on a good match. So it was a great show. It was a great show from beginning to end. It was great. I said it was some cool guys. One guy flew all the way from Scotland. He found out 2 weeks ago he bought his tickets and he flew over here. He flies over the world for wrestling. I said, y'all must not have kids. Like, nope, exactly. But they were young guys in their early 20s. But it was just cool being there with wrestling fans and just all around. It was a great experience. And that was my first, and I think we said you guys before, that was the first time I'd seen TNA since 2006 when they were in Universal Studios in the Impact Zone. So it's a totally different company, totally different style, but it was fun from beginning to end. Definitely recommend it. You're able to go to a TNA show. You will definitely love it.
Awesome. I'm excited, man. Can't wait to see more wrestling shows with y'all. Cause like we as y'all saw from a recent episode, y'all, we went to Dynamite and Rampage together, the squad. So hopefully we can all cover some future events. But speaking of events, we had a big one, the Forbidden Door. We were all a little bit apprehensive, hoping AEW can step their game back up. I caught bits and pieces. I didn't sit through the whole pay-per-view. I want to say PLE now. I'm like trying to adapt myself because of WWE. But let's talk about it, man. What were some of the highlights for you guys with what went down? We got some things to talk about, man. We have Mercedes is a double champ.
Yeah.
Mercedes 2 belts.
Man.
I'm so salty though. Still salty, y'all know. But
I know. I definitely know. But man, this card it was so long, right? And like, there's definitely the matches I fell asleep and didn't feel the need to revisit.
Oh,
And
wow.
you probably know which ones those are. But yeah, no, there were some amazing moments here. Good storytelling, like it's very random. It's like true lightning in a bottle sometimes with AEW. Like certain things are just like it feels like it's just like so well oiled. And then the other things just feel like you forgot it on the skillet. You know what I mean? And it's just overburning. Um and I say all this to say, obviously my favorite moment is, of course, fucking Doctor will see you now. You know what I mean? Like
He's
Britt
back.
Baker returns, fucking called it. DMD versus CEO. I've been waiting. This is the moment. This is the time. You don't even need the fucking the world belt. You have the TBS belt, and in my opinion, like kind of in a way, it's I love the Tony storyline with Mina and Mariah, which I'll also talk about, and we'll, talk about a little bit later. But like, Mercedes with the star power and everything, and that match that her and Stephanie put on, Jesus Christ. I've never seen Stephanie Vaquer before this. And holy shit. Like, if that was a match, like I'm hoping that was a match you saw, Patrick, but whew, that match was amazing. And that's what I've been waiting for, right? Like, got tired of all the promos, don't need another CEO promo. Just give us her wrestling.
Back to her basics, back to where we know her, love her from.
Yes. And like down from the gear to the hair, the pageantry that is Mercedes, to the in-ring skill, and being matched by someone as well that was kind of an unknown, and that never like that rarely happens, right? Like you see Rhea and Charlotte go at it, and they're going to have a banger, right? You rarely have someone come in that you have no idea who they really are or what their past work looks like, and you're shocked. And I was fucking shocked when she was doing when Stephanie hit Mercedes with that weird, like, fucking put her head in between her thighs and just like slammed her fucking head into the mat. I was like, bro, what is happening? Like, I was so excited for this. And, yes, we have a double champ. And then Britt comes back. Britt looks amazing. Obviously, people were booing Sasha or Mercedes because she Boston. They're screaming "fuck the Celtics" and shit like that. She's a Boston girl. They're in Long Island.
Yeah.
So I feel like there was like a lot of heat for her, but I think that was just because she's from Boston. I don't know if it's necessarily because she's going the heel route, but now that begs the question of, when you have Britt come back and the CEO there, who's heel?
Right.
Like
That's a good question.
Britt's like the original, the OG, AEW homegrown. You're an intruder, Mercedes. So I feel like Mercedes has to be the heel. And I think she should, because heel Sasha, like, that was the best Sasha. By all means. So let her dig into that. Let her have it. And just let her and Britt fucking go at it, man. Like,
I'm excited for those matches.
Bro, me too. But yeah, that was pretty much my, of course there's other great moments. The Swerve and Will Ospreay match was awesome.
They were going to put on a show.
Oh yeah. And it was great. And it was good storytelling too. I think they could have set up something a little bit more, but they let them have their moment. Something might kind of conclude or happen at Beach Bash, or where the fuck it's called, and Dynamite coming up. But we'll see. The MJF match was all right. He's a good entertainer. Like, I don't know if you caught his match, but he was like doing like so many fucking people's like struts and like finishers and moves and shit, just mimicking like a bunch of legends and shit like that. So it was entertaining, and they're in Long Island, so they're, hot and heavy for them. But yeah, man, I mean, pretty decent card. I gave it like like a B minus, in my opinion.
So you match of the night for you was the Mercedes match. Give me your top three. Give me your top three matches.
Top three matches. Okay, let's see. Man, that was hard because now I'm like rethinking it. So it's Mercedes and Stephanie.
Since you were talking, let me throw the web style.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sure you were moving around because of Impact and stuff, and
I was
what did you catch, and what results were you happy to see?
I will say this, and I'm kind of echoing some of what Sean said. And I said this last time we talked. I liked the story they were building with Mercedes and Stephanie, and the fact, especially based on Sean's reactions on our thread. I'm glad the match went well because I said before, I really feel like they were starting to tell a story with her, with that and what they were doing, and I hope it really continues this way, especially with Britt coming back. I'm curious to see how that goes. I'm very happy about what happened with the world title, and I kind of sent you guys that thing a little bit earlier today about that. And other than that, I hadn't caught up too much yet with it. I know Bryan Danielson won.
Yeah.
And yeah, I haven't, between yesterday and today, I've gotten bits and pieces. My only, and I think we talked last time, my only real concern and real fear was that world title match. And with that going the way it did, I was always right in the world with me.
Yeah. Same. That was going to be my big thing. And I had saw actually before you posted it, web style, I saw that and I was like trying to check on that, the commentary about the whole Swerve, the reasons for the match with Swerve and Ospreay. But I think we're all pleasantly surprised because it would have been, that would have left a bad taste in my mouth with AEW.
Yes.
With what we already kind of have in certain ways. So I'm glad that happened, but also, man, eventually, just shows the type of people both of them are in different respects, but also gives Swerve his respect though too. That's just is also kind of how I'm feeling. Give Swerve his respect because I think a lot of people are like, oh, like already Ospreay out the jump, kind of giving him all the love for that setup. It takes two to tango, and also I'm sure Swerve also has a lot of respect too behind the scenes. So just give them both their respect in regards to that.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely.
The one thing I wanted to talk about that, and I just know this is gonna light a flame for Sean to just go off. We knew it was gonna happen.
Don't say it.
He's a pillar.
No, he's not.
He's Jack Perry.
He a bitch.
How do you feel about it? We knew it was gonna happen. We knew it was gonna happen.
How do you get choked out and play it on live TV and then act like a badass? I'm sorry. No, it's ignorant. This whole elite having all the gold is ignorant. It's not funny. It's not a good storyline. I understand, people are calling you fucking selfish and like, the typical EVPs who book themselves into winning, and now you're turning that into a heel angle. But this is what you wanted all along. That's why you've been the AEW tag team champions 3-4 fucking times. That's why you're involved in all of these angles. And it's just annoying. And now there's, their wild card that's coming up on Wednesday is their pick. So people are projecting that it's Hangman. Hangman's going to win the Owen Cup and then take on Swerve at All In. And then if Hangman gets the fucking gold, they pretty much have all the gold outside of Will Ospreay's international or intercontinental or whatever the fuck it's called, the international title.
I think it's the national, yeah.
So that's going to be the only belt that they don't have outside the women's titles. So it's just like, it makes zero fucking sense. It's not a good story. And it's very clear, like during the elite match, no one cared. There was more anti and pro CM Punk chants than anything else. That entire fucking match. Same thing during the ladder match. Also, that ladder match, I'm sorry, like a lot, like the crowd is so behind Takeshita, and this is also what I said, I think during our predictions, like give it to Takeshita. There was no reason for them not to call an audible and give it to Takeshita. They were so over for Takeshita, even though he's a fucking heel. And like that's that lightning in a bottle that you just need to call an audible and just give it to him. And then, let you guys feud with the Don Callis family and let Takeshita and Jack Perry have a promo and then give it to him that way. Like you guys missed a huge fucking opportunity. Takeshita's never have a title. Like Jack is rifled with all this bullshit, and you just reward him.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that's horse shit, in my opinion. A lot of people in that match seemed like they already kind of were injured. Like everyone did not seem 100%.
Yeah.
And I understand they did, the right thing. They had him kind of get one over on Mark Briscoe, who's a true baby face, and that really builds up the heat. But yet again, it's different types of heat, y'all. Like they're like, listen, but they're not. And that's like their whole gimmick is like, they're not really listening. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what people think they are. So they're just playing into it. I'm just like, that's ignorant. You're trying to be meta, because that this shit's fake, but it's not cute. It's just not. I don't understand it. Like, of course, the hardcore, elite people and BTE people and AEW stands are going to be behind it and think it's the greatest thing ever. Oh, this is hilarious. No, it's not. It's kind of fucking annoying. It's what it is.
Yeah.
I do not want to see them anymore on my screen. And guess what? I have to see them every fucking week now. Every fucking Dynamite, every PLE. Guess who's on it? The motherfucking Young Bucks.
Yeah.
And like maybe it does culminate something. Maybe, Kenny comes back and puts together a great old team. But I like I said, like who Kenny's usually with the elite. Like, so like who does he team up with to go against the newly formed evil elite?
Yeah.
So it's just like I don't get where you're going. And you're going to drop the ball. I just know you are. And it's just I don't. But yeah, I do not agree with it. I hate it. It should have gone to Takeshita. I'm really mad it did not go. Like they could have dragged that out a little bit more, but they chose not to. Whatever. It is what it is.
I remember there was a time I used to like them, man. The Young Bucks, and I kind of swore there was a time you were a fan too,
course.
Sean.
Absolutely.
But it's like they've just been. I don't know what it was or when it happened that they just, they
started being way too.
You get tired of them, just so tired of them.
You get way too corny.
Yeah,
and they're doing the meta thing, and it's just
and that's kind of like
doing the meta thing.
They don't do it well.
No, and they don't.
I gotta say, in regards to the meta thing, like who is doing it well? And I hate to say it, and I know you hate to say it too, Sean. I'm sure Jericho.
I hate it.
You don't think he's doing it slightly better? I think he's doing it slightly better, but yeah,
they're doing the same exact thing. You are correct. They're literally doing the same exact thing. And if one of them was doing it outside the other, I don't know. Like even with Jericho's, it's just I don't know. It's too condescending.
Yeah.
It's just too over the top. Like, hi guys, hi. You want some T-shirts? Who wants some T-shirts? I'm gonna place it right here. Oh, I'm here for the young people. Harping on what Cody
Bill
said.
and Hud Hunter is redeeming it for me. I don't know.
Yeah, and I love Brian Keith in that role.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
He breaks it up because it's just that is funny to me. Yeah, that both of them are just like this. Hey, hi, and Brian Keith's just like, I'm coming for your head. I'm just like, oh, this is funny, but I do not like Big Bill.
Yeah,
he's not good on the mic. His presence is not there. Just stick him with a fucking manager for the rest of his fucking life because he's so goddamn big. Like him and Enzo were great. That got fucked up, and he's never gotten back from it, in my opinion. And they're trying everything, and it's not fucking working. They tried Ricky, they tried on his own, they tried in whatever fucking faction he was with, and now they're trying with Jericho. It does not.
And where is Ricky, by the way?
There's a bunch of rumors. There's a bunch
I'm waiting
of
for him
rumors saying
just
that, like,
pop up in WWE, bro.
yeah, there's been a lot of rumors about like him
Let that man go.
getting mad, like not really liking anything they've pitched to him. And then even that came back as, oh, that was a lie. It's not everything. And, they just wanted him to have a feud, like a big breakup with Big Bill or something like that. And he didn't want to do that or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I would love to see him jet.
Yeah.
Get out of that shit show, man. But yeah, and like the only other thing, let's see what else happened in this night. Yeah, so fuck the Elite, fuck
Moxley.
Chris Jericho,
Moxley let go the belt.
Yeah,
I think
we did call that. We were like, if anyone from another promotion wins, it's gotta be fucking Naito, right? But then it kind of sucked too, because like I felt like the match was great, but like you can see that Naito's getting fucking old. It's the Matt Hardy effect, right? Like you can just tell that Father Time's catching up.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Great match. The Danielson and Shingo match was great. It was kind of weird how they ended it, where it was like a ref stoppage, not really like a tap out submit thing. That was a little weird, but I guess that kind of protects Shingo
Both
a little
of them.
bit. Yeah. So it protects him, which is a little bit of a cop out, but it still was an amazing match. That was great to watch. And then let's get to your girl Tony and Mina. That was a great match. That was a great match. I loved it. I love the theatrics of it. I love Mariah coming out like in the slip dress, very neutral, not on either side, kind of playing it, and it was just an overall good match, And I thought for a sec, man, there was a split second I thought Mina was going to get that mother. There was such a close, like 2 count, like 3 count. There was such a close. I thought they almost gave that shit to Mina. And I was fucking popping hard.
I think it would have been great, man. That was what I was,
It would have been. And and they did the ending, and it was really cute. And at first, I was a little upset, because I was like, this is very fan servicey. They did this, triple kiss, thing, and they walked off into the sunset together. But I'm like, but Tony's a heel. I'm not. I don't understand.
Still like her though.
Yeah, I like the gimmick. Yeah, so. And people cheer heels all the time, right? But like that, just it was very confusing. And then also Mina hit Mariah just like a few days earlier with a fucking bottle over the head. Now they're just like kissing in the ring. And I was like, you know what? It's cute. I hope they still continue a thing with Stardom, and I hope they kind of come to an agreement with Mina. I love Mina. Like the showmanship, like just her energy, her aura, like just how she is in the ring, the pageantry, the gear, just everything. It's like the whole package there, man, in my opinion. And that's why I thought they were going to give it to her and be like, oh, she signed with AEW, now she's champion, but they didn't. But like, I also kind of like that they might be like a cool trio faction of sorts. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I kind of like that, like this is kind of like naturally formed. It was kind of like a rivalry competition for Mariah May's affection, and now they're just like a little trio, lovey-dovey couple, faction thing. I think that would be really cute. So I hope Tony does continue the relationship with Stardom and or make an offer to Mina, because like I said, man, like you need more like women like that. You need that pageantry. You need that experience. You need that energy. You need that pageantry. You need the fucking skill. Like, you know what I mean? Like you need it. So
definitely
keep it.
Definitely. So that has the big question I want to say coming up out of this and my vibes and feelings. I think, and I'm curious y'all's opinion. I think all of us kind of like, what's going on with AEW? I think for me, the biggest thing that I feel and curious where it's going, I feel a lot better about the women's division after this event. Still upset that if you promote something coming to an area, make sure that person is there. Again, if y'all saw the last episode, Mercedes Moné should have been there.
Absolutely.
But I feel really good about the women's division. We got Monet, 2 belts, DMD back in the house. Mina, as you saw, and Tony, they put on a bit of a match, man.
Yeah.
Stephanie, Becker, or Monet wrestled, is a superstar to be, as well in the making. Seeing more of her, just all of that. I'm excited about the women's division. I'm happy. Swerve and Osprey are the future in the men's division. They finally let the House of Black win something a little bit. We didn't talk on that too much earlier.
Yeah,
it's still kind of
all that.
They're doing something more with Danny, which Garcia, who we love. I like to see that. I'm curious what you guys think. Going forward now with
I've talked enough. Go ahead.
I think in general, and I'm going to be brief since I hadn't really watched it yet, but just what I've seen and just the overall impressions, I think in general this was a good step forward for AEW. They just need to capitalize off this momentum going forward.
Yeah. How about you?
They got all next month, is it? Or August, whatever the hell it is.
What?
All in?
I think that's in August. I don't think that's July. I think that's August sometime. So they're obviously building shit up for that.
Yeah, you got all in, what, like 2-3 weeks later, you got all out?
Yes, I think right after that.
Yeah, so they got a good opportunity to capitalize off of all this momentum.
Yeah.
They better get them storylines going, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And that's my thing. And like we also didn't talk about Willow and Chris, who teamed up with Nakano and Watanabe. And that was a great match too. It was just not given a lot of time. But it definitely gave the Stardom girls like a lot of shine. But it also leads up to their, I think, Owen Cup match coming up on Dynamite.
Yes, this weekend.
Tomorrow. So
I'm saying this weekend. Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. And then and that's been a really good ongoing story as well ever since Willow dropped the belt. So I'm glad they're continuing this. I don't know if it culminates here at this Owen Hart Cup final. We'll see what happens with it. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Danny's fighting Will Ospreay on Wednesday, Danny Garcia. So that's going to be a great match. And
MJF wants to do Garcia at All In.
Yeah, I could possibly see Ospreay dropping the belt to Danny.
That I wouldn't be upset about that.
Yeah.
Obviously MJF, will probably be some fuckery so that MJF can fight Danny at All In for the belt.
That's exactly it. Yep.
Yeah. So it's just but with how it ended, it was a great match, him and Swerve. But with how it ended, even though it was kind of chivalrous and but he was just so defeated, you know what I mean? He was really playing up that defeated, feeling, and then having Kyle Fletcher come out to kind of, give him the warm and fuzzies and be there to support him and things like that. I think he's going to come into this weekend and be play into that really defeated, moniker, I lost my first loss here, and then now it's just going to start a spiral down.
That's what I'm thinking. He may lose again at All In and All Out. They're gonna do a whole Cody Rhodes thing, redeem him next year. Have that brother wait. Yeah, and I'm kind of feeling that, and at least help continue to build up Swerve.
Yeah,
but I would personally like to see.
You do that, but then also someone may be joining the company, and they have some classic matches against each other.
Oh, Ricochet.
Yeah,
that's what someone else was saying. Was thinking that the wild card for Wednesday against Jeff Jarrett from the Elite would be Ricochet instead of Adam Page.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be interesting. I'm not saying it makes real sense, but it'd be interesting.
Yeah. I have no idea. I don't know if the Elite have any relationship with Ricochet, but that would be one way to do it. But but yeah, I mean, we'll see. You know, there's a bunch of possibility. Then of course we have Danielson versus Pac. I honestly think they're gonna let Danielson win this Owen Hart tournament because I feel like I mean, this is last year to like
that would make sense. I
wrestle, like just give the man something.
Yeah,
you know, and then I think the winner of the Owen Hart gets a title match at All In. So then Danielson can go against Swerve. So it's Swerve and Danielson at All In.
I like that. I like that.
That's never happened before. Like,
and that would be another good. You know, Danielson won't have him win.
Yeah, he said his role, but Danielson also said that his role is not to be in a world title picture anymore. That's not his role.
But it gives a good win for Swerve.
Yeah,
and it's a good marquee match for All In.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because we're gonna get CEO versus DMD. I'm pretty damn sure now with that comeback, that's what they're gonna push forward at All In, is them two.
And I could definitely see Danny getting the belt from Will, and then MJF challenging Danny at All In, and then maybe Will even like for the next 2 months like builds his like fights back for an opportunity to get into a triple threat match. So it's Will, MJF, and Danny Garcia All In for the Intercontinental. Because also, like, and I'm just thinking about it, AEW does not like the long, drawn-out plan.
No, they don't.
So, like, I completely hear what you
said, which is partially
Patrick,
their problem.
Yes. Like, I would love for him just to lose consistently, even out All In, and then have, like, a redemption arc like Cody, you know, with Aurora, like, the WrestleMania, like, losing and then coming back and winning.
Exactly.
I would love for that.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't think they don't have that mindset yet. I don't think they have it because they also need the pop for ticket sales. So I think their mind's a little bit more on that, unfortunately, instead of the actual long story. But yeah, man, you know, I'm hopeful. You know, this is kind of redeemed.
There's optimistic stuff there. Yeah, with all that, that's a lot. That's still quite a bit if they play their cards right.
Yeah,
like I think all agree, like they have stuff there, matches. We just wrote a few just now, man. Like, play that out, and you'll have us as fans.
Yeah,
we needed an alternative outside of WWE, and bringing in Ricochet, I think you can create. Yeah, there's just so much they can work with, and they just got to play it right.
Yeah. And we'll also hear from Mercedes and Britt on Wednesday, so I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yep.
Like, you know, that's going to probably culminate at All In. So it's going to be Britt and Mercedes at All In. Like, it's going to All In's going to looking to be fucking great. So I'm back to being excited for both brands. Like, there's still, you know, critiques for both, and we'll get into that.
Right. All right, before we get up you know what? Hot take. If it is CEO of DMD, who's going to will Mercedes retain or will DMD take it?
Oh, Mercedes is definitely retaining.
Yeah. I don't see Mercedes losing that.
No.
I think DMD will eventually, but I think you got to let CEO keep it for a while.
Yeah, no.
Especially if she does have complete control, like she says they're saying she does.
I think after All In, after Britt loses, Britt will go towards Tony and towards that belt. I think they want to keep the TBS belt on Mercedes because she is the actor. She's the big draw. TBS, they're trying to work out a deal. You know, so like they want their championship for that television network to be
the superstar.
This superstar, and that's Mercedes. You know, Britt is not a super, like, she's homegrown and she's an amazing talent and she's amazing. But to a television network, hey, we have a wrestler that's been with us for 5 years and she's really good and people love her. Or, hey, we have this person who came from WWE who's been champions multiple times at WWE, is headline WrestleMania, and is an actress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit more marketable. Yeah. So I think that's the route they're probably going to go.
All right, y'all. Well, those are our vibes, our feelings. AEW Forbidden Door recap episode, if you will. And a little bit of my man Webster Styles' trip to TNA Impact. We got to get more Impact in here, though, Webster Style. But I think Sean and I have to tune in a little bit more. I'm intrigued, though. I like the crossovers. It's timing, and we all have limited time. But hopefully we'll have more. But a healthy optimism, I got to say. I was worried. I think we'll all have some healthy optimism after the Forbidden Door close. So let's see where we're going to go next, if we're going to go all in or go all out. But stay tuned, y'all. We're gonna have another episode this week. So once you're done watching this, flip over to our NXT Heatwave and Money in the Bank 2024 picks. But we're out of here on this one. Web Style, Sean Mongo, Creepy. We out. We're gonna tap out because we got another episode to record, so we're not gonna do our regular sign-offs. You'll see the regular sign-off on the other one. Here we go in a 1, 2, 3. Peace, y'all.
You come in my face, I'm gonna fight you.
Well, you're not gonna bust a nut anytime we're in the ring.
I'm gonna get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
When I get my hands on you, I'm gonna eat your ass like a pot of collard greens, baby.
I'm gonna stretch his ass like it's never been stretched before.
You can hide behind that commissioner stuff just so long until I jerk a knot in your ass.
And if you don't think I'm big enough, then you grab a hold of me, and you'll know that I'm growing, my man. Within your hands, I will get as big as I need to be to do the job on you.
All right, just jerk Helmsley off.
There's one part of our bodies that's soft, and it ain't soft all the time, if you catch my meaning.
I'm gonna come on you like nobody's ever come on you before. Just you and I getting it on like two men should do.
Oh, that's it,
Corey boy, I'm coming hard.